kind of alter?
Recruiting rule?
Yeah. What would be something?
I'd be for an early signing date for a young man that doesn't visit, that's going to go to South Carolina no matter what's happening in his life and whoever's coaching there. I think that's something that would be beneficial for everyone. But again, that's in the South. We're going to be for that. When you coach up in those areas where it's only really nice for about 3 months out of the year, they don't want that.
Will, with the increase in texting and DMs and stuff like that, how have you seen that change?
I hadn't changed because Twitter's like a text to me, and so I would Twitter messages. So now I text. It's not a whole lot of difference.
With that,
I don't have to worry about it when I'm getting public. I made that mistake before.
With that, how much interaction? How much are you seeing interaction with the parents change? I've spoken to a few that they don't speak to the coaches at times because there's direct access to the players at all times. So it's kind of parents get left out. How much do you see that changing?
Well, I think in any situation, who is going to help the young man on signing day make a decision, or before signing day make a decision? So I think it's your job as a coach, as a position coach, or coordinator, or the head coach, depending on the value of that player as your program, is to make sure you touch that person that's going to be making that decision. So if they're going to be a part of the decision process, whether it's an aunt, an uncle, a mom, or a dad, or a brother, I'm going to have communication with them.
This year's misconduct policy was brought up and obviously came through last year. Obviously, I know you weren't part of the discussion, but it's being discussed again this year. Possible expansion. Are there things you'd like to see it encompass with?
Whatever they do is fine with me. We're going to, whether it's a transfer student or a high school student coming into the University of South Carolina, we're going to do things the right way, and we're going to check out everybody's background and what all of those things that are important to representing us in a first-class manner. Sometimes behaviors don't change, so you got to be careful in this situation.
Should it include coaches as well? Anybody who's been fired for either such acts or covering up such acts by athletes?
Again, I'll let them decide that. I'm going to Coach Paul.
Yeah. What's a thing or two from your Florida experience that you hope to apply here at South Carolina? Do better, differently.
Score points.
Can you expand, please?
It's not just make the scoreboard go up. That's going to help. That's a nifty device you got there.
You like that?
Yeah. It's big time.
What would you?
Orlando Sentinel went big time on it.
Yeah, they did. I don't know how much that cost. I didn't buy it. They gave it to me. Do you feel like it was just an out of the gates thing? I wasn't there for your first year even with Coach Weiss and stuff, but do you think you just got out of the gates wrong there and that just was hard to recover? Was that what it was maybe?
No, I think you look at every situation a little differently, and I think we did some really good things in that program. We changed the culture of that program. I do know that. And we did a lot of good things, and we played good defense, we played good special teams, and we cleaned the place up. I do know that.
Would you talk
So we need to play better on offense. And again, what I said, whether it was staff, it was scheme, or what, it falls on my shoulders. Let's do a better job. And I think we've hired the offensive staff that is competent enough to do that.
Would you talk about what Kurt Loper brings to the table?
Well, I think he's a really good teacher at the quarterback position. I think he's a really good developer at that position. And I think he's a guy that does a very good job of relating with our players. I think he's a very good play caller and game planner throughout the game week. He understands the big picture of playing in our league and understanding you got to be balanced in what you do. But I also think we've hired an outstanding offensive staff. And I think Sean Elliott's a really good football coach, a guy that I've coached against a bunch. Pat Washington's been a guy that I've got a lot of respect for that's been in our league for a long time and coached multiple spots and positions. Brian McClendon is a very bright young guy that does an outstanding job. I've been really, really impressed with Brian. And then Bobby Bentley is a guy that's had tremendous success in the state of South Carolina, but even more so than that, is a really good football coach and does an outstanding job. So I'm really overall very pleased with where we are offensively as far as our staff is concerned. We've got a lot of unknowns offensively, multiple positions, starting with quarterback. So that's always an issue, and that's the most important position. You've got to be able to have production at that position.
The game